Alrighty. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to share with you guys what is in my makeup artist kit. Someone requested this video on Instagram, so I'm going to go through this bag with you guys today. I work in freelance, but I also, as of late in the last few months, I've been doing more films. I've done photo shoots as well. My kit right now kind of reflects more for film, and there's really not a huge difference between the freelance products that I carry to the film. I felt that a lot of the products that work well for freelance also work really well in film as well. Just technique changes quite a bit. I carry 3 bags with me, and these bags are in a little bit of disarray. They're not super messy, but they are a little bit messy. I need to go in and clean them from the previous job. I still have some dirty brushes in here. I left them in my soiled bag so that you can see where I put them. If I'm doing freelance, I carry 2 bags, one of which is my Zuca backpack right here. This carries all of my makeup and some of my hair care products. My Makeup Forever bag, which is an artistry bag, by the way. This one right here, this is created for a makeup artist, but I'm currently using it for a lot of overflow or hair products that do not fit in this one. I may not go into full detail on my Makeup Forever one. I'm going to try to focus a lot on this one because there's a lot of products in here that I want to talk about. But majority of the time, these 2 bags are the ones that I carry because they have everything that I need both for hair and makeup. If I'm working in film, which is what I've been working on more of lately, I carry my on-set bag. I'm going to first go through this bag right here. And this is my Zuca backpack. I love my Zuca backpack. I know there's a Zuca luggage. At some point I may pick that one up, but this I have found that it's really helpful. This holds a lot of product and there's a lot of weight, but I don't feel it because these straps are very supportive. There's this cushion here in the back. If you guys want to see a separate review on this backpack, let me know. But I don't feel the weight, nor on my back or on my knees, ever. And the reason why I went for this instead of the luggage is because sometimes we have to go up and down stairs, and I have helped other artists carry their luggage, and believe you me, that thing is really, really heavy. It's kind of a nightmare. So I'll go in through this this little pocket right here. This one right here has just my personal stuff. So I have a flashlight. So sometimes when you're on set, sometimes we're filming in the middle of the night or something like that, I carry a little flashlight just for safety. I have my business cards in here. I have a pen. I have some ibuprofen. I have a little chapstick, just personal stuff. I have a pen in here as well. This bottom pocket right over here, I carry my hand sanitizer. Some of these things need to be refilled, by the way, like my hand sanitizer. This one stays in my kit at all times. I have another one on my onset bag as well, which I'll mention at that moment. So I have my hand sanitizer. I have an alcohol bottle. It is labeled alcohol, so it's not confused with water. I carry 2 of the Mario Badescu spray bottles here. So I have the rose water and the aloe cucumber, if in case somebody doesn't like the rose scent. I do go through the rose scent pretty often, so this is the rose scent is the one that I have to refill the most. My setting spray is the Final Seal from bandage. This is an awesome setting spray. Sets the face really well. I use it both for freelance and in film, and I've never had a problem, never had a complaint. I think this doesn't spritz the face, it kind of mists it on to the face. I really like this, and it smells like peppermint. It's really awesome. I have my brush cleanser. This brush cleanser I only use on set. Every time I come home, let's say I had a gig yesterday and I had a gig early this morning, as long as I have 4 hours of drying time for my brushes, I will always wash them. I never just depend on this, because the brush cleanser, which is sitting in this bottle, this is Cinema Secrets. It's very expensive, and even with the pro discount, it's still very expensive, and you can go through it pretty quickly. So I have gotten in the habit of just washing my brushes every night. What I tend to do is I hang my brush over my coffee table. I have an overhead ceiling fan, and I just kind of let it run full blast, and in 4 hours my brushes are always clean. So I've never had a problem with that. So this is Cinema Secrets, but I did purchase the Parian Spirit recently, and I like the Parian Spirit because it cleanses my brushes, but it doesn't stain my brushes to where I find Cinema Secrets stains my brushes, and I don't like that. Even after washing my brushes numerous times, some of my brushes are stained blue, which doesn't make me very happy. I feel like it looks dirty, and I just don't like that. And the Parian Spirit smells like oranges. I really enjoy this one. The only thing is when I come home, I make sure to put this away. because this looks like a water bottle. So just be mindful of stuff like that. This pocket right over here holds hair products and just little extra things. So heating tools go in here if you're leaving kind of in a rush when you're on set or something like that. This has a protectant. You can put your hot tools in here and it doesn't mess with any of the other products that you have in here. In this pocket, I have Vapor Rub. I carry it because I've been asked for it. I have a little mirror. My mirror is from the Dollar Tree. It's very simple, super, it was $1 and everybody thinks it's really cute. I have some straws in here which I keep in a Ziploc bag. I have a teaser brush. I also have a wet brush in here, and I carry the wet brush because I find that it's super sensitive on the scalp. I have some bobby pins in here and then another teaser brush right there. In my main pocket over here, let's see, where's my little zipper? Right over here. All right, so you have a bunch of pockets in here, and then this is the main pouch where it holds all of my stuff. So I'll go through this little flap right here first. This has two little straps here. It holds my little clips in here. These I bought at Sally's Beauty, and it has these little ripples here that leave an indentation on the hair. So I'm not really a fan of that, especially if I'm using them in this area. So what I'll do is I'll grab some tissue, which I have in here, to protect the hair. But I have some large clips in here. Down here, there's a little mesh. This mesh doesn't really hold a lot of stuff, like weighty stuff, like bottles and stuff like that. They'll fall right out, but it's been a really great pocket for tissue. I just carry a small box of tissues in here. There's 4 of these little pouches. So there's 1, 2, and then 3 and 4 right here. I have some little rubber bands. These are made for the hair. This is kind of leftover from my previous film that I worked on. There's some hair bands and then bobby pins. I have rubber bands. These I carry for my Gactobian palette because my lid broke. In the other bottom one, oh, something just fell out. I have my disposable sponges. Sponges I cut into 4. Sometimes I feel like when you're going in with an entire sponge just to maybe add a little bit of concealer or something like that for a male actor, I find it to be wasteful to just use it for that little particular area. So I cut mine up and they go a long way. And although sponges are very inexpensive, you go through them pretty fast. I don't use sponges all the time. I love using my brushes most of all, but I carry these just in case I have a lot of extras or something like that on a set one day. This upper pocket here holds my little powder puffs, and these I use if I'm needing to clean up the lips, whatever, go in, maybe set certain areas, whatever the case may be. This saves me from putting my hands on the actor or the client, because we have oils on our hands, and whenever you put them on, it lifts product up. So I use my little powder puffs. These are from MAC. When I'm done with these, I put them in the wash. I have little disposable mascara ones. I do usually carry disposable lip little ones as well, but because I haven't been doing freelance recently, all I've been doing is film. I don't have a need for those, so I use this. I use lip brushes for the actors, and this I refill from this little thing that I got at Nigels. It has 80 mascara wands. I initially bought it because it had this right here, and I thought, oh, how cool and convenient. I don't have to touch anything else, and I thought, oh, I could just go like this and just pop one out. Well, all the bristles kind of stick together, so it doesn't really work for that. So I just kind of grab from here and refill into my little bag over here. In this little pocket right here, I have some mints for myself or the client. I have some aspirin or ibuprofen for the client. I have some safety pins in here, and then I have some Q-tips. Travel size stuff is your best friend because everything is small, compact, doesn't take up a lot of space, and this doesn't have any weight at all. So I carry the ones with the little pointy end. I do have some smaller ones in my other bag as well, which I'll share with you guys when I get to that bag. There is a little zipper pocket right over here. In here, I can't really put any bulky stuff, so I do keep some dental floss in here, and then a couple of the little toothbrush kits. Maybe something that you may not think that you need, but I was working on a show, and the host, we had taken lunch, and the host coming back was looking for their toothbrush, and they could not find it. So believe you me, if you have something like this, maybe you don't get asked for it as often, but the one time that you get asked and you have it, they will remember you. So I just carry a couple of these. I don't carry too many, but I always like to carry dental floss because People always ask for that. This main pocket here carries my Zuca bags. These Zuca bags, these pouches right here came in my kit or in my backpack when I bought it. So let's flip this around. I'll start off with this little bag right here because it just fell out. This holds all of my pencils, eyeliners, lip liners, anything like that. A lot of the times the only eyeliners that I use are a spice lip liner pencil or a nude lip liner. Majority, like 90% of the time, these are what I stick to. And it works just as well, but once in a while you do need a red lip or you need a brown lip or you need, you know, random. So I do carry those, but for eyeliners, really and honestly, black liner, brown liner, those are the general. I do carry a gray one in here as well. I have a gel liner. I don't like the felt tip liquid liners because although you can sanitize them, I just feel safer with dipping in with my little spatula into a gel liner. So a black gel liner. A sharpener, I carry the one from Revlon because it fits every single pencil. There's some that have the smaller little hole and then the larger one, but the chubby pencils don't fit into this sometimes. And this one is pretty universal. I have a mixing medium from Inglot, and I think I have like taupe pencils and stuff like that. Just random little pencils, not too much. I carry a little cape here. I also have an apron, but I put it in the wash already. But a little cape is really nice if in case your bride or your actor already has the clothing they're going to be wearing for the day. This just kind of protects their clothing, so I carry that at all times. Something also that gets washed. My brush belt is kind of empty right now. This one wraps around my waist. A lot of the times you don't have a lot of counter space. Your counter space is probably the size of my brush belt. But when I do, I can just stand this up and rest it up against the wall or the mirror, whatever, sitting there. But when I don't have any counter space, this is handy because I could just wrap it around my waist, push it to the side, and work off of there. In here, you're gonna see a mixture of brushes. Sephora, I love Sephora brushes. They're great quality brushes. The Sigma ones I have in here as well. I have some MAC ones. I have Bedalium tools. I have some cassette in here. And I think that is about it. Maybe a little e.l.f. lip brush in here comes in handy. I have my lash curler here. This is from Japanese. This is the one that I originally started with, which is a basic lash curler. And it works just as well, but the Japanese one works really awesome. I have a clear, this is a clear mascara. I think this is a brow gel from NYX. I have a waterproof mascara. I carry waterproof because sometimes we've done water scenes like in the shower, stuff like that. And this one from L'Oreal Lash Paradise works really well. Doesn't transfer, doesn't bleed everywhere. I have my little palette in here. Have some scissors, some little spatulas. In here, I have little lash tweezers. These really large ones, so super awesome. Love these. I carry my lash glue in here, and I put my lash glue in here as opposed to with my lashes because this is easy access for me. Certain things I don't want to be digging into bags for. So lash glue is one of them. Eyeshadow primer. I have some chapstick in here. I carry two chapsticks. I carry the chapstick brand. I just dig in with my spatula. But the Aquaphor is a newer addition to me within the last few weeks, and I love this. This has an SPF 30. It does leave a gloss, so what I do with this is I will put it on when I'm priming the face. This is part of my priming step to moisten the lips. Some people have really dry lips, and if it's a male, because this leaves a little bit of a gloss, I'll just dab their lips before they go on set to remove the shine, but it still leaves the moisture onto the lips. I've also used this to mix it in with my lip products as well if they're too matte, and this kind of adds a little bit of a sheen to it. I love this. I have my lip gloss in here. This is the only lip gloss that I carry. I don't carry a dozen lip glosses. A lot of the stuff that you're gonna see in here, I don't carry a ton of lip glosses. I don't carry a ton of blushes. I do not carry a ton of foundations. I mix. I'm a mixer kind of artist, and that just depends on the artist. If you like mixing, you know, you won't carry as many things. If you don't like mixing, you'll have an array of products. I don't. I have my ABH palette. It's a lip palette. It's a matte formulation. If I want to add gloss, I just pull this, and I've never had a problem. It just saves in bulk and it saves in weight. Every little item that you keep adding into your kit adds the weight onto your kit. So that is my brush belt. All right, let's get into this pouch right here, which is my Complexion products. This is one pouch that may change. I may sometimes carry an extra bag with a full skincare line, but I mainly do that if I'm doing freelance, and I mainly do it if it's a younger client, maybe a teenager. Usually teenagers don't have a skincare routine already set in place. Women that are a little bit older already have a skincare routine set in place. But So that is when I will carry those bags. On set though, I really don't. The only skincare things that I carry, and maybe the actor has already washed their face or whatever, what I'll do is I'll go in with my Mario Badescu Rose Spray just to kind of refresh, and then I'll add just a tiny bit of moisturizer. This is the Emberlace moisturizer, works really well from dry, normal combination oily skin, never had a problem. A little bit of this goes a long way because it is a concentrated formula. I also carry some oil, which I will put onto super dry flaky skin. I will also mix this in with a foundation if I need to, if the skin is still really dry. This is a little sample size that I got from one of the gals at Ulta, and she gave me a little sample size. Sample sizes are your best friends. If you notice, my Urban Decay Primer Potion is a little sample size. So whenever I can get a hold of things like this to put in my kit, I take advantage because this is really, really tiny. And truly and honestly, I mean, I've had this in my kit for about 3-4 months and I have yet to run out of it. Something you may not see in a makeup artist kit very often, but because I work in film, I carry glycerin with me for sweat scenes and stuff like that. So this one I got at Sprouts. This is a Heritage Store vegetable glycerin. I have some primers in here. I have the Professionals from Benefit. I'm working this one out. The ones that I use more for Freelance are my Makeup Forever ones. I have a mattifying one and a pore filler one. These work really well for longevity. In film though, I don't need the makeup to last all day because we can go in and touch up in between takes. So these I solely use for a Freelance, or if I have an actor with really large pores, and then I'll go in with my pore filler one. But really not, I don't find a need to use them on set too much. I do have this regular, this is the Velvet Veil paraben free primer. This one I got in my kit at school, so I keep it in here. It just creates a really nice barrier between the skin and the foundation. It works really well. This I mainly use on set majority of the times. It's a no-name brand. I don't know the name of it. Another product that's probably not a primer, well, not probably, it's not a primer, but I use as a primer or mixed in with foundations, is my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. This is the liquid highlighter in Opal. I love this stuff. I've mentioned before on my channel, I love liquid highlighters as primers or to mix in with foundation for the glow. It's kind of no different for my kit. I do the same thing because you add a dash of this and a dash of foundation, and I kid you not, the skin still looks like skin. It looks really beautiful with light coverage. I love this so much. I also use it as a liquid highlighter, so after foundation and all of that, I'll go in on the high points of the cheeks or something like that, or in this particular area, wherever I want the glow. This is just really beautiful. I love this product. This is a product that will be a repurchase from me. Another highlighter kind of product here is from NARS. This is a Copacabana little stick. I got this from one of the reps from NARS where I did a workshop, and it's just a little chubby stick and I just grab it with my finger. And this one I use mainly for super fair skin. It has this very beautiful kind of pearlescent, or not pearlescent, but iridescent glow to it. I love liquid or cream highlighters because a lot of women have texture in this area, or I've had clients that have a lot of acne. They still want the glow, but they don't want to emphasize the texture on their skin. I feel like liquid and creams are very forgiving. They give you the glow, but they don't accentuate the texture on the skin to where powder does. So when you see my powder highlighters that I carry, I don't carry too many. A lot of the times I stick to something like this because women enjoy something like this more, or at least that I have experienced so far. I do have this primer that I have not used. This was a gift to me. This is from Urban Decay. It's the Optical Illusion Complexion Primer. I have not used it, so I don't know what to say about it. Some cream products in palette forms here. I have my Graftobian palette. I've mentioned it before. I have the Warm palette. Super awesome palette. You can use it as concealer, foundation. You can sheer it out with moisturizer. You can sheer it out with oil. It's super awesome. The only thing is that the lid broke off, so I have to hold it together with a rubber band. I have my ABH palette here. Yeah, let's just talk about this one. This is the only lip palette that I carry. If you can see, these two right here, and then these three right here are the ones I use the most, as well as the red one. And if I need to adjust any shades, I have some primary colors in here to do so. For bridal or like freelance kind of work, photo shoots, or even for headshots, because I've worked with that as well. And film, those are the general colors that you tend to stick to. Rarely do you need to venture into a black or a super dark color. I think if the photo shoot calls for it, or maybe you're working on a particular look, then yes, but most of the times these are the colors that I use the most. Once these are done, I will refill them with something else, because I love this palette here. It's concise, it's very lightweight. Plastic packaging is also your best friend because it doesn't weigh a lot, to where glass packaging can break and it adds weight to your kit. So I love this. Two other little palettes that I have here. I have a Graftobian foundation palette. This is an HD. By the way, this is an HD cream, so it looks really awesome for photos and film as well. Same thing with this one. This is from Graftobian. This is the High Def Glamour Cream Neutral palette number 3. This is for my much deeper skin tones. This is beautiful, great formula, same as the other palette. Highly recommend any makeup artist to carry something like this for your deeper skin tones. Really great product. This one's from RCMA. It's a blush cream palette. Really great as a blush. A little bit goes a long way. It's highly pigmented, but you can also use it as a little wash of color for the lips as well. Super awesome and super lightweight, very small. Doesn't take up a lot of space. Some of my foundations are still in the works here as well, but I don't like to carry a ton, as you can see. I do not carry a ton of foundations. I mix everything from lip products, foundations, blushes. I just mix, and I find that that's a really good practice to have, because someday you will find yourself in a little pickle and you will have to mix, and it's just better for you to just practice on it now. So some of the tubes that I carry here, I have the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Super Matte Foundation. This is one of my lighter shades that I carry. I want to expand on my fair skin complexion kind of products, but this is one of them that I carry. Good coverage, very matte though. Just be mindful of that. This one's from Becca. I love this so much. These two foundations are my favorite foundations. Something that I would like to expand at some point. This is the Becca Ever Matte I have in the shade Noisette. So I have a mixture of warm, cool, neutral foundations where I can just mix. Same thing with concealers. Sometimes I mix concealers into my foundations, like liquid concealers, because these are liquid products and they're bases as well. So I'll just mix it into foundation if I need to adjust anything. Anyways, this is the Ever Matte. Yes, it controls oils, but it does not leave the skin flat. This is actually leaves the skin with a slightly bit of sheen. This is so pretty. Love this. Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I actually got this in my kit. Same thing with this concealer right here. So I just put them in this kit, and I'm actually almost done with this foundation. Really beautiful for photos, film, anything like that. The coverage is really awesome. This is the MAC Face and Body. This is an N2. Another product that's really beautiful in photos and films. So really enjoy this one. Again, plastic packaging. I love plastic packaging. Some of the concealers that I have here, which I also use as foundations as well, just a little dash of it, not too much. I have my MAC Select Cover Up. I hear these are being discontinued. You're gonna see a little trend here. So I always carry a light, medium, and a dark. This one right here is in NC50, NW35, and NC20. Same thing with my NARS one. I have a light, a medium, and a dark. In here I have vanilla, ginger, and I have dark coffee. Couple little wheels from Benai here for correcting. I have this little wheel here, which is the olive medium deep. These are the ones that I use the most. Sometimes what I'll do if I'm doing freelance, I'll go in with thicker creams, so corrector, a thicker concealer, and then I'll go in with one of these select cover-ups. And I will only correct and conceal where the client or the actor needs it, only in those areas, and then do an all over run of a much thinner consistency concealer, and it looks really beautiful, high coverage, but it still looks like skin. I love this stuff. This one right here is an SK1. It's a coverall, so it has some salmony and some yellow tone kind of corrector concealer stuff. 2 stick concealers here from Dermablend, high coverage. I've used this on a client that has melasma. Beautiful coverage, looks beautiful on in pictures. I have the shade Bronze, which is this one, and Caramel. A little bit of these go a long way. I have a MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, same situation as the face and body here. The client left these with me. They gifted them to me, which is really awesome. I don't know what shade this particular one is, but I put them in my kit so I can make use out of them. My powder here, I have a powder in here. I don't know why I have a powder. But I have my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This one I only use for Freelance. I do not use it on film because you will go through it really fast. And the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder is very, very expensive. So for a film and to be on set somewhere, I'll share with you guys the powder that I use. But this one I do use on Freelance because this helps the makeup last a little bit longer. A blush that I have here, oh, I have a powder blush in here. Things are just not where they're supposed to be. This is in Flower Child from Becca. And then I have a MAC pigment right here. This is in Naked. Usually I only use this in Freelance. And because I've been working in film more, these are actually gonna be, this is gonna be put out of my kit because I don't use it for film. So it's just gonna be removed. On to powder products here. This is the next pouch that I reach for in my Zuca bag. Before I get into that though, I found my little stack here. These are all Ben Nye powders. These are the ones that I use in film the most because this is very inexpensive. I do not recommend that you use the Laura Mercier on set because you will go through it really, really quick. Ben Nye looks amazing, not in film. It looks amazing. You only need a dash of the powder, not too much. The one that I buy and use the most is translucent. Sometimes I'll mix this in with my pink powder, the yellow, and then the deeper one. I do use these, but I use this one and refill this one the most. So this one needs to be refilled because I'm running pretty low. This guy right here holds my bronzers, blushes, and eyeshadows. So let's go through this baby right here. Some products were recently gifted to me and I have no thoughts on it. For instance, this Dalton huge bronzer. I'm so thankful for it. But I have yet to use it, so I have no thoughts on it. This is a contour blush palette situation. I've only used these two blushes. Really no thoughts too much on those just yet. Eyeshadows here, I have the matte from Too Faced. This is an all matte palette. This is an awesome palette. Actually, I forgot to mention in my brush belt here, I carry two brow pencils from ABH. I have the Taupe and Chocolate. And I will use this little guy right here. Nope, that one right there, here at the top. That's the one that I use for brows as well. This little guy right here. Really great palette. I make use of all of these shadows. They blend out really well. When you're working on set or a bridal party or something like that, you don't have 20 minutes to be blending anything. You need good shadows that blend fairly easily, and these do it for me. I love this little thing. I have my Lorac palette. I will use this one whenever I'm reaching for deeper shades because I like my mattes from the Too Faced one. I reach for the deeper ones from this one. Sometimes I will use it, sometimes I don't. I think I may remove this one from my kit as of right now, but it's worked out really well for me. I have my Shade and Light palette from Kat Von D here. I don't use it all that much. I don't find a need for it, but I have pulled it out. I do use two bronzers a little bit more, which is my MAC Give Me Sun, which is more for medium tan skin. Beautiful on the skin. If I have someone that's a little bit lighter, I'll mix a little bit of this into translucent setting powder to sheer it out a little bit so it doesn't look quite as orange or heavy. Another bronzer that I carry is my Hoola bronzer. This I find to be a little bit more universal, except for deeper skin tones. If I have a much deeper skin tone, I'll reach for my Gartobian foundation palette for that. But I have the Hoola bronzer right here, and these two are the ones that I reach for the most. They are always on my station when I'm doing makeup. For blushes, you can see I don't carry too many. So I have the Flower Child one, which is the little one with the little glow. I'll put that back in here. And then Achiote from Tarte. This is the one that I use majority of the times, and a lot of the times I also mix. I'll mix in and dab in between. If I need a peachy pink, then I'll mix a pink with a peach instead of carrying a dozen blushes. Again, weight. I have a lot of kind of misuse space here, so I need to see what I can depot and put into here so it makes everything more compact. I have leftover shadows from a previous job that I have. I just kind of forgot and left them there. I have Copper Tone from MAC. I think this is Amore from NARS. Yeah. And then I have a couple in-lot shadows right here. All really beautiful blushes. Not shadows, but these are blushes. Long lasting, don't need to do a lot of touch-up. Even on set, as little touch-ups that I need to do, that's the best. So I don't want to have to be doing touch-ups on blush and bronzer all of the time, because you don't have a lot of time in between scenes. So this one, for instance, I took out of my kit. This is from Pop Beauty, because although these are really beautiful and I wanted to carry a pink like this, I think I need something like this one, a pink one in here, and that I'll be set. But these don't last not even an hour, and on set or for freelance, this does not work. I have my shadow palette here. Both of these palettes are from Sephora. They hold quite a bit. So this is where a lot of my shadows are in. I have some browns in here. I have some shimmer shadows. Something like this, like a champagne gold, is what you will normally use for a lot of bridal stuff. It just looks really beautiful. So I do have some red shadows in here because some scenes required maybe for the actor to have a little redness from crying or tiredness or whatever the case may be. So the two red shadows that I have in here, I have Makeup Forever, and then I have one from Inglot. Both brands which I have talked about numerous times on my channel. I have a Makeup Forever little duo highlight and contour little kit. I haven't really used this. I got this in my kit at school. I think I've used it a couple of times. The only highlighters that I carry are from this little Becca palette. If I can get a hold of this palette yet again this holiday, I will do it and put it in my kit, because this is so handy. It's very lightweight. So I have the three highlighters here. This pink one broke, but I have a little bit left in there that I can use. So I have one that's a little bit more kind of beigey yellow tone, a pink one, and then a bronzy gold one. And that's pretty much all I need. I don't need to carry a dozen highlighters. Huda Beauty palette here. This little guy. I don't love the mattes here. The black is just a mess. These two brown ones are patchy. I think I'm gonna depot this and put these shadows in my other palette, but I carry it because I adore. This is a really good matte kind of transition color, but I adore these shimmer shadows. I use them all of the time. So beautiful. The last little pouch in this bag is this little Makeup Forever plastic bag. I like plastic bags because they're easier to clean as opposed to mesh bags. I have some mesh bags, but they're a little bit harder to clean. So this one right here holds all of my lashes, and the lashes that I carry the most of are the 110s. It doesn't matter the brand really. Sometimes I'll do Ardell, sometimes I'll do Kiss, sometimes I'll do, who do I have today? I have these from Salon Perfect. 110s is what I tend to use the most of. I run out of these the most. Sometimes I'll carry some wispies or demi wispies from Ardell. Recently though, I've been using the ones from Kiss. These are so beautiful on the eyes. This one right here is in Page Boy. You can see that I'm almost out of it. I put my lash glue on here because it makes it really easy. And these right here are called Shy. So these are a little bit more layered, but so beautiful. I love these. I also carry some individual lashes here just in case. We can do the 110s and maybe the client or the actor wants a little va-va-voom. Flash palette for Makeup Forever. I think every single artist needs to carry this palette. I don't carry a ton of colored liners or funky little things, but this will cover me if I need to. I mean, it has everything you can mix, you can adjust lip products, whatever the case may be. I have silver, gold, white, some like an aqua color, blue. I mean, primary colors and stuff like that. These you can mix into other products. Every artist needs this. It will save you at some point, believe you me. It has for me at least. I do hear that they are reformulating it, so that kind of bums me out, but you know, it is what it is. Getting into my Makeup Forever bag, I won't go through everything in here. I have some hair products, some blow dryers, hairspray, you know, heating tools, not heating tools, but heat protectant tools and stuff like that. But I do have some things in here that I want to talk about, like this little mesh right here. I have some band-aids in here. Carry band-aids. And this has little cleansing wipes in here as well. I have a little lint roller. I just kind of put the little wrapper back onto it so it doesn't stick to everything. I have makeup wipe removers. I carry Neutrogena. These I cut in 4. I cut everything. The Neutrogena wipes, although you can get them in the drugstore, they are very expensive. So I'll get the whole ply and then just cut it in 4, which I'll use right now and clean my hands. And I do put it back into a Ziploc bag because a little thing doesn't stick back down. Carry a little trash bag. This is just a little bag. 2 artists have actually filled this up, so it's more than enough for 1 person. I have these little paper towels here. I don't carry the traditional. Usually I carry the Viva towels. It's a really good quality paper towel. But these are from Arm & Hammer. This is a lazy accident. I realized that the paper towels were across the other way from the store, and I happened to be by the auto section and saw them and grabbed the 2-pack. So these are the Arm & Hammer ones. Very thick. They don't rip quite as easily. If I'm cleaning brushes in between clients or whatever, it doesn't leave the little white fussies on them. I love these to clean surface areas. I lay them on my mat sometimes. I clean my little spatulas on it. I put dirty brushes on there. Maybe I use them on an actor already and just set them to the side, and then I have another actor in my chair. These are really handy. What I did is I grabbed 1 ply and cut it in 4. Like I said, I cut everything. I carry 2 towels in here as well, and then I carry some liquid bandage if in case your actor cut themselves while shaving, or maybe they have a pimple, or the actress has a pimple that's still a little red, maybe bleeding a little bit. Liquid bandage comes in handy. The mat that I carry is this one right here. This is just a kitchen drying little mat. I got it at Walmart. I like it because it's pretty neutral. It's not, the color's not too loud or anything like that. This does go in the wash as well, which I do need to put mine in the wash because it got a little bit dirty in my last set. Sometimes we'll only have this kind of space to work on. Sometimes we'll have this kind of space to work on. So it just covers me wherever I need to be. The bag where I put my dirty brushes is this clear bag where I can clearly see that the brushes are dirty. I never put dirty brushes back into my brush belt because I don't want any of my brushes to get dirty. So in here I have a mixture of Stila, MAC, Sephora, Bdellium tools, some Ben Nye brushes as well. Super awesome. And let's see, some grooming stuff that I have here are the Suavecito. This is a pomade and lay right. I use these mainly for males. These are products that I personally use and I love them so much I put them in my kit. Another product that's a standout is this little texturizing volume thing. This is a powder fix. I got this I think at Sally's Beauty or whatever. I'm almost out of mine, so I do need to replace it. Every single person that I have put this on loves it and always takes a picture of it because it adds volume and texture. This is really awesome, and it's a very small little container. Doesn't take a lot of space. Okay, I think that is everything that I'm going to share as of today. There's other stuff in here, texturizing sprays, water spray bottles, stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into all of those for this particular bag. If you want to know exactly what I'm using for hair, then I'll go through that in a separate video because I want to talk about the on-set bag. On-set bag, every artist that works on set, whether photo shoots or in film, I highly recommend that you get something like this. This is so helpful because you can put the brushes that you've used on your actor. So usually I remove the names, but I put a little tape. I usually carry a little tape and a Sharpie, which I don't know where the heck it went, but I will label it for the actor. So this one was for one actor. I had the powder, the blush, and then the bronzer, and then their lip brush right here. I have everything already full, so the powder brush usually has powder on it. The lip brush already has a lip product on it, so that I can jump in and jump right out in between touch-ups, because when you're called to do touch-ups, you don't have time to be mixing stuff or filling things in. So I already have everything set in here. So it has little holders for brushes here. Here in the back it has 2 meshed little pockets. Same thing over here, another pocket. It has 2 little handles, but I do use the strap for over the shoulder. This bag right here, products that never leave this bag, is my hand sanitizer. That's the one that goes with me on set, as well as a little Ben Nye translucent setting powder. Just a little tiny one. And then I carry a body lotion because I've been asked for body lotion as well. Whatever lip product I'm using, whatever lip gloss, chapstick, you know, whatever I've used on the actor goes into this little bag, including hair products sometimes. So that is everything, guys. I think I've made this video super long, but I do hope that you found this video very, very helpful. If in case you are wanting to get into makeup artistry, or you're a makeup artist and you just want to know what other artists carry, because we all carry different things. It just kind of depends on the artist and what they prefer to have in their kit or what they're more comfortable with. So I hope you found this helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.